the two things that two challenges that I have, and I'm not making this video to an all for pity. I just think vulnerability is important, and also, you know, even having disabilities, I'm still, by doing this channel and also trying to reach out to local other podcasting groups and radio stations, I'm trying to fulfill my dream, maybe not in the most conventional way that most people do by going to school, but I'm trying just by doing this. And the two disabilities that I have, well, the two main ones are optic nerve hypoplasia, which is the lack of development of the optic nerve, which is the brain connection to the eye, the nerve yeah, that connects the eye to the brain or brain to the eye, whichever way you want to put it. So, with that, the struggle of not being able to drive and also reading small print is, and like seeing things when it having no peripheral vision, it's a hindrance. But like, I'm talking about this today, that maybe somebody will stumble across this video, and this will affect them. I'm not doing this to look for anybody to feel bad. I'm just trying to be open with my viewers. So, if you view this and get to this part, please share. I I would love to hear, from other people who might have similar experiences with any disability that they have, or I'll open it up to experiences on dating apps as somebody with a disability, where I with me I do dating apps because, again, I have to rely on someone all the time to take me somewhere. So I might have said that in my last video, I don't remember. But anyway, I have to rely on somebody to take me everywhere, whether it's family, friends, or a ride service. So I don't always get to go out when I want because of my disability. So using dating apps are the way that I usually go about uh, trying to find somebody, and it's hard to even get non-bots or non-scammers on dating apps. Then you find one, and I find one, and I tell them about my visual impairment, and that, like, it doesn't define me at all. I just feel like it's important to share with people, like, hey, I have this. It's not, it doesn't define me, but it's there. It's a part of me. So, I mean, I feel it's important to share. And I mean, if anybody who watches this later um, wants to comment anything about that, I'd love to hear what people have to say, because I I think I think dating sites could be a really good thing. Yes, there's a lot of scammers and people just seeking attention, but I mean, there are some good people on there. Um, but shallow people too. I I mean, being consistently the places I go are work and church, and then places with friends. I, those are the most likely places of meeting someone. But I, I don't know. Like, dating app would be the most ideal, but like people, this goes into a whole. There's a reason why this video is called Random Topics, because I'll be all over the board. But this goes into a whole thing. Like, people just want to text, and this is the problem with this generation of today. And yes, I'm in my late 20s. I don't know everything, and I'm not claiming to. But I mean, people just want to text. They don't want to talk. They don't want to do phone calls. They don't want to video chat. I understand the hesitancy, but like, I think meeting in a public place is important the first couple dates, unless, of course, well, no, take that back. Even if you know the person, I think it's a more, when I say, like, if you're connected through friends or any other way, uh, if you've met the person somehow, even that is public is always the most ideal. Coffee shop or bowling or something like, or for me, I would even say like pickleball if the person's interested in pickleball. But I I just think people are so reliant on texting that you can't build a bond through texting. And I know building a bond doesn't happen overnight, but I think it's very important to build some sort of a connection, and you don't really get to know a person through text. That's why meeting them face to face or semi face to face, whether it's talking on a phone or a video call, like, I think that's essential to building or starting to build a connection with someone. I mean, even on a, like, taking it away from a non or taking it away from a relationship side of things. If you're trying to build it, like, example, if I were to turn this channel into something of huge revenue, and I'm trying to get advertising partners, I'd have to build a relationship with advertising partners, or even with my other podcasts that I do, with Crooked River Radio. Uh, I I could just be texting all those guests all the time and just ask them questions and read their responses on the air, but that's not really building a relationship for a good guest if I'm not actually taking the time to have them on, talk to them before and maybe even after the show if they can, just to, get to know the person a little bit. You know, because sometimes, the show can only go so long before, it has to go off. So, uh, talking off the air, and even with some of the people that I co-host with, the most interesting conversations and stuff are off the air. Getting to connect with the other people that you're working with, and even through any in any business, this is how it goes. Building a connection or at least acquaintanceship with coworkers or friendship, whatever, is you can't do well. You kind of have to do that face to face if you're working with them and it's an in-person job. But you can't always you can't just text them one when you're out of work all the time because that's weird. And two, um it's not really get yes, you're getting to know what you're getting to know them, but you're really not. Like for me, this is one of the biggest ways, like other than talking to people, I tell them about my YouTube channel and they go to it and they get to know my interests and you know hear what I'm hear what I'm trying to grow in this YouTube channel. And so the it helps people kind of build connections in that way. Like they get to know me through listening to me. So, and I even do that sometimes with people on dating sites. Hey, this is my YouTube channel. If on top of texting back and forth, here's my YouTube channel. Check it out and you know, tell me what you think or get to know me a little bit through listening to my YouTube channel videos. So, just with the shallow of people on dating apps, that that bothers me a lot. And then also with ADHD, I'm sorry if I'm looking down. I'm trying to share this video on social media as I'm talking. So, but ADHD moment there. Uh, exactly my point is that I don't exactly always like my focus is on I try to make it on one thing, but it's everything's distracting. Like I kind of laugh at myself sometimes. I call it squirrel syndrome, where it's like I'll be talking about something and like something will like a bug or something will come across, or I'll get distracted by like a text or something, and while trying to keep my mind on what I'm saying, I'll get distracted and completely forget what I was saying. And that's when I usually say something, I completely forgot what I was about to say or something. That's totally ADHD. And for me, trying life is a big segment of multitasking. Trying to do 50 things at once to keep my thoughts kind of in line, like so I don't get distracted. And so it's hard for me to focus. Like if I'm not doing something where I'm moving around or focused on like this where I'm talking constantly, I don't uh I don't do well. I definitely struggle a lot with um being with just sitting down and trying to focus on like if I'm going to like a event with a public speaker or something, I have trouble focusing because I can't, my mind just doesn't work to focus on one thing. Unfortunately, my mind is 50 places at once, trying to fight itself from being 50 places at once. It's like a rubber band trying to be pulled 50 at 50 miles per hour in 100 different places or in 100 different directions. And I've used this analogy before, and it's really intrigued people. But sometimes ADHD is like that, where your mind feels like it's, again, being stretched 50 different ways or 100 different ways at 50 miles per hour. So you can't gain any uh you really can't focus on one thing because you have so many thoughts going through your mind uh at the same time. But I try to do my best to work through it and uh get things done and get them done right. But I mean, it's, I don't want to, it's, I wouldn't say rough, but the, I'm talking about this to maybe hope that someone will find this video that could relate or that knows somebody that could relate. In no way am I trying to get people to feel bad or anything, but I'm making this video just to inform people of the challenges of different disabilities. And again, if you know anybody with any other disabilities, please share this with them. And, if you know me, please watch this. And, like, if you know me, but maybe have had only a few interactions with me, watch this so maybe you understand what I go through, but also, like, I try to do my best to get to know people even through the anxiety caused by the ADHD and everything. you know I try my best, and that I know that's all I could do. And going just back to the whole relationship side of things, you know, it it's hard when you don't know if, like, you want to be honest, or even in the sake of getting a job. Like, I've been told, oh, you shouldn't tell people about employers about your disability till you get hired. I feel like that's keeping away from, keeping an important part of me away from people. And I don't like that. So, in back to the dating side of things, like, I don't know. And I don't know when it's okay to tell a person, especially if they're or not struggling, but they refuse or are reluctant to, like, do a phone call or a video chat. Like, you don't get to, you can't make a connection with the person. They don't really know who you are because they can't really, you can't read well into a text no matter what. you can't tell the emotion behind a text. You can't tell the expression. You can't, unless, of course, they type in all caps and that's supposed to be yelling, so that means they're angry with you. But, otherwise, I, I don't think texting, if you don't know the person at all, is the best. Obviously, text for a couple days, but I don't think that's the best way because you're not really getting to know a person. You're not making a connection. You're not relating to them. And to build any type relationship or friendship, you have to be able to relate to someone. And it's just hard to relate over text. So I guess I just wanted to give my perspective on that. Like, I think it's important to be able to video chat or call someone because you can hear the expression in their voice most of the time. You can tell if they're lying or not. Because in a text, somebody could say something and it's little more believable because you can't hear the expression behind it. I mean, they could be 100% telling the truth, and that could just be, people having trust issues like this society does. But other than that, you don't know if what they're saying is true. It's easier to gauge by, talking to the person, either face to face, phone call, or video chat, because you get more expression from them by inflection in their voice or, seeing them, whether it's in person or through video. So, again, I just wanted to get on here, be vulnerable a little bit, and share kind of my struggles. If anybody has any questions, feel free to comment. Like this video because that helps it get out to more people. So, like it, share it, comment. I'll be happy to answer any questions on anything. Because, again, I don't let this define me, but it's there. It's there. And if I feel like if I don't address it and kind of be vulnerable about it, I feel like it's hiding something. And also, like I said at the beginning of the video, for anybody just tuning in, I wanted to show this or talk about this because of the fact that by doing this, my dream has always been to be in broadcasting, has always been to be a talk show host. And if I could eventually ever make money doing this as a career and not have to go to school for it, I would love it. If I could find a station that would give me a chance as a intern, that maybe where I can learn the production side of things, get my FCC engineer's license, and start a career with, even if it's a volunteer internship to start, and then eventually growing into the industry more. I'd really love that. And so this is the point of this video is, no matter what challenges you have, stick to your dreams. Stick to whatever you feel is on your heart that you want to do. Don't let the disability get in your way, or whatever you struggle with. Don't let that get in the way of your dream. If you're driven, do what you aspire to do. Follow your dreams. Don't let anything get in the way. Thank you for listening and have a great day.